Setting up your meeting for YouTube Live. Done. Redirecting to YouTube Live. We are the robots.
The robots.
The mighty, mighty robots.
The mighty robots of YouTube.
Make sure everyone has the stream link. No, not chat. Participants. Okay, we're getting somewhere here.
All right.
Yeah, okay. So we're actually already live.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta tell people we're live, but we're actually already live. So then if anybody actually comes on, well, I'm trying to tell people that we're live, they're gonna be like, wow, this is really boring.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there.
This is just pre-show material here. Excellent.
Just sitting there doing nothing yet.
Doing nothing, twiddling our thumbs.
But actually, I'm doing something here. So on Facebook, I'm putting right there, live.
Live.
The Comedy Meteorology Show. Report.
And we all know that the word homeowner has the word meow in it now. Yeah.
Oh, what?
You know the word homeowner has the word meow in it?
I don't understand.
If you spell
meow.
Homeowner.
Your audio could be better.
Oh, it could be, yeah, if I pulled it up closer. So, yeah. I found out this week, yeah, the word homeowner. So, yeah, spell homeowner has the word meow in it.
I guess it
sure does. You take all the letter, the ho out.
That's an interesting
and the ner out, you got the word meow in it. And we'll never look at that word ever the same ever again, hey?
That's true. I will never look at that word the same way.
That's right.
I am a home. I am a meow.
There you go. There you go. And with this week, no hockey game, I get to focus on only one show. This one.
Yeah, that was pretty entertaining, man.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Tattooed Kitty. FSC Film says, talk to Frankie McDonald today. He told me to subscribe and watch tonight's episode. So just so you know, this is the pre-record. So we make a radio show every week. And that airs on CFR Radio in Prince George and CKUW in Winnipeg. And at 7 p.m. sharp, I hit record. And we record for an hour. And then I hack and dice it up a little bit so that there's no dead space and there's no people interrupting each other. And I add in some funny clips, and then we have a finished radio show, which I post to this YouTube channel tomorrow. But you get to see, we just decided, hey, and it seems like people are more interested in the live show than they are in in it's a little bit interactive. And Frankie will be here sharp. He always is.
At 8 o'clock. Right on the dot. He always shows up.
Well, 8 o'clock your time, 11 o'clock his time, 7 o'clock my time.
That's right.
That's, because we're an international. Well, no, we're not. Well, we are, because we got Pete Galenko coming on in Colorado. Yeah. But, we are a national show because we got Frankie on one coast and we got me on the other.
Yeah, that's right.
We got you.
Sometimes we've gone internationally as well. We've had a few people from Sydney, Australia on it, right?
True.
And their time right now is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That would be really nice. Jump on here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
So I'm Joey Olin.
Have lunch, pretty much.
I'm Joey, only here in Wells, British Columbia. This is Brandon Hauk, who's a radio DJ down in 105.6 FM,
5.7, yeah.
Alberta. Oh, at 0.7. There's no 0.6, is there? What am I saying?
No, there's 101.1 as well, too. So we're on that one, too.
There you go.
If
So
you
last
want,
week, Brandon
music.
was producing the Brooks Bandit hockey broadcast and being on the radio show at the same time, and he was quite comical.
Yeah. It was. I actually rewatched it too, and I was kind of entertained myself too, watching me bounce around there between the buttons. Especially the pre-show yesterday. We started the pre-show in our show, the hockey broadcast there, and my one clip is that we have to put audio on for interviews because the host does the interview and sends me the audio, and if it's not the right kind of audio, the thing won't play, or if it isn't open correctly. So he sends them like 5 minutes before the show, so I don't really have enough time to listen to them because we got to start the show. So I jump in and I click on that audio, and it's not playing. And all of a sudden, you got dead air, and you got to act quickly to get rid of that dead air while try to entertain everybody at the same time, or go back to commercial. So I got to quickly go back to commercial, get the right file working, and then I finally got it to play, and I was relieved. And that was really close to Brandon Hauk swearing on this pre-show. Very close. So,
yes, I almost missed the exhilaration and the rush of live radio. Man, my video picture looks just terrible.
So I gotta go back to commercial, get the right file working, and then finally got it to play. I was relieved. And that was really close to.
Okay, we got some weird audio effect going on from you, Imogen, that we have to clear up.
Very close.
What?
Yes.
Listening to
We're hearing everything Brandon just said back through your video picture. It's just through your.
I've always wondered what I sounded like.
Okay, well, now you know. Now Joey knows in stereo, I guess, because apparently my thing's doing something weird.
Brandon knows what he sounds like.
Oh, yeah. My commercial I did yesterday, it is next level. Oh, my goodness. Big Loads Laundry.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh, I don't think I have I'll see if I can find the audio here. Hold on.
Well, just recite it. Recite it for us.
Oh, it's like a minute long.
Give us the hook.
What the hell are you talking about?
Big Loads Laundromat. If I have all the information in front of me, hold on. I'm going to find the email. I got to open my emails here. But yeah, my other Montana thing did really good this week. I got one more day saying smoking good barbecue on the radio. Everybody really loves it when I say that. They all laugh at me.
Do you have a funny voice for it?
Oh, yes.
I haven't caught any of this.
Like a little taste of that. Smoking good barbecue.
There's my
Way
lighter.
to have a better video picture because
I got to power up for the show. Snoochie boochies.
You never know. I might say smoking good barbecue on the show tonight.
Hello, Imogen Cookie Bailey. How's Victoria, BC?
It is. We're not actually on the radio yet, so I can speak freely. It is a festering crap hole. That's how Victoria, BC is. It is tedious. It's boring. It's awful. I'm home. It is a glorious, picturesque living postcard. I'm pretty sure John Waters just shudders when he thinks about places like this. But it's home. Toilet such as it is. Incidentally, I say that largely because I'm extremely critical of our sewage treatment, and quite literally, we dump raw sewage into all of the bodies of water around here. The oceans are very contaminated with septic waste. So when I refer to this place as being a toilet, I'm actually being quite factual, not just a jerk who hates home. But I am happy.
I love it up here in the mountains. So.
Yeah, you don't have an ocean to dump it into. You guys do actual outhouses. And that's a good thing.
No, we have like proper processing, but I think when you have very small community like ours, you've it's a lot easier to
That's
yeah
true.
to
I
deal with
mean,
the sewage.
well, we have the ability to do better sewage treatment. It's just we have an extremely corrupt city hall. Our municipal and provincial governments are pretty terrible for stuff like that. Instead of putting in like we've reached the maximum capacity for what we need in terms of bike lanes. We don't have so many people using them that we need more. What we do have is underutilized as it is. Also, it being a retirement city is kind of counterproductive. The majority of our tourism is seniors who are not physically capable of riding bikes. We have a high population of diverse abilities as well. So a lot of people who, again, are physically not able to ride bicycles. So better sewage treatment would be a more important thing to our community instead of more bike lanes that just screw up traffic and take away from downtown parking and choke out local business.
Well, anything to keep the hippies out of my way.
Oh yeah, send them here because we need more hippies. Oh, we're already infested with them. My God.
All right, Fess. I'm
Infested.
gonna have to piss off my phone.
You're gonna piss off your phone? Why are you pissing on your phone?
No, I have to read
that, Brandon.
It's in my other email. I forgot.
What?
I wanted to recite his advertisement he made.
All right.
Like just even part of
Gotta
it.
get some ice and mix my
Oh.
sauce here.
In character.
I'll
I
read
want to
it.
hear the
Hold on.
voice.
I gotta find it. It's under all these
I want
emails.
to hear it.
I get a lot of emails.
Oh, listen to you.
I do. Where the hell? There we go. This one. All right. You ready?
I have all this stuff I want to burn sitting on my stove.
Always ready.
Haven't had any fire.
So this is the commercial I read. It's going to go on, I think, next week, actually.
Oh,
See if I remember it. All right.
All right.
Here we go. Big Loads Laundromat is a proud supporter of your Brooks Bandits. We are gearing up for the hockey season. We've added a hockey equipment cycle to our big washing machines. No more stinky hockey jerseys, towels, or equipments. Bring your gear down or call and use your free pickup and delivery service. Ask us about our monthly wash and fold subscriptions. Call 403-793-4949. Big Loads Laundromat, 1st Street West in Brooks, bigloadslaundromat.ca.
Oh man, keep that handy.
my God, you sound mental. I love it.
Keep
Everything
that
about
handy.
it.
I gotta use that. We gotta have that in the show tonight. That's awesome.
There we go.
Even though like nobody who's
Then you probably won't want me to say
nobody who
smoking
listens to the show is gonna go to Big Loads Laundry.
There we go.
You don't know that.
You think does anybody in Brooks watch the show?
Me.
Do you have a laundry machine?
Yeah, but I'd go to Big Loads Laundromat. They got
You're,
there.
where
You'll take a look
advertising.
now?
Your
I'll watch
advertising will work on you. Imagine that your advertising you make works on yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like that sounds like a good
See,
idea.
It's proof he believes in the product. I think there's some legislation about advertising that you can't really be advertising products you don't use or something. Like if you're a
I think
paid
you're making that up.
personality or whatever, a celebrity or actor or influencer or whatever the hell it is.
No.
Recognizable
You
name.
want me to say smoking good barbecue in my broadcast voice thingy I have here.
Oh, I want to hear the smoking good barbecue.
All right, here we go. It's gonna be good. This is what kills everybody.
And
Apparently.
can you just say it during dead air during the show once in a while?
Yeah, I could say smoking good barbecue.
It's so mental.
If there's like 5 seconds of dead air and we're just all sitting there, give us the smoking good barbecue mental fucking thing every time. That's great.
Just scream it randomly. Oh, when Frankie does a scatter shot weather report, just scream over him with smoking barbecue.
No, don't
Smoke
scream over anybody.
Barbecue. Yeah.
what I really want to have is less of people talking over each other. We do have this like awesome thing down here in the bottom in reactions, raise hand. And
Oh yeah.
because I edit the
Raise your
show for
hand.
radio, we can take that second to stop and go, hey, everyone gets a turn to talk. Raise hand. See that? See that hand?
Oh yeah.
The audience can't see it, but raise hand, lower hand. It's right there in
I
the
don't
bottom.
see it. Okay, reactions. Oh,
Yeah.
son of a bitch. There it is. Oh, I
Raise
also see the
hand.
little party thing.
And what it also does is it means you can take a second to formulate what you're going to say properly too, not just be trying to jump in between people. So you raise the hand, I'm going to be like, this person has the hand raised. Of course, I'm going to edit out saying this person has the hand raised. But it's like probably 2 minutes to Frankie.
Well, damn.
And then we could also take that minute to like cut out the need for expletives. We just don't have to have them.
Fuck you. Yeah, we do.
No.
Okay, I promise I will try.
Don't try. Do.
There's some things that come naturally to me, and very bad language is one of them.
Yeah, me too. But we're trying to produce a show,
I know. To
right?
be fair, last time was pretty bad, but we also hadn't done a show in like a month. And once it's go time, I'm typically pretty good. Everyone except Brandon has the odd slip.
Yeah, I don't think I slept.
usually.
No. I was
Yeah, no.
I'm busy.
Bad language does not come natural to Brandon. Brandon's a good boy.
Oh yeah. Though it was really close at the pre-show. Very close.
At the pre-show, close. Good
Sure.
job. Meanwhile, and
You're
Frank,
lucky. If we went dead air, I may have said a few words, but I prevented that. My magic finger prevents that.
uh-huh.
All right. A minute and a half till Frankie time. Once they have me on the inside, cuddled up. It's getting dark early already, 7:00.
Oh yeah, it's like pitch dark here now.
It's still pretty light up here, but I live significantly further north than you.
I do want to point out that the one time that Brandon told a dirty joke that didn't have any actual dirty words, but it was clean words put together to form a dirty concept. It wasn't even spoken. And he went red. Brandon, you went red from typing it. It was really cute, and I was very proud of you for coming to that milestone. But I'm just saying, as far as bad language goes, you're very clean.
Lucky I wasn't drunk that night. So I probably wouldn't have gone red if I was drunk.
That's good to be professional, right, Meowie? Meow. He agrees.
Is that an airplane?
There's Pete. We're just talking about being professional. And hey, at the bottom here, we got the raise the hand thing. See the raise the hand, lower hand, raise hand. So when people are doing segments and stuff, we can raise and lower hands so that I can
Y'all just missed a big old parade. There's all these people on these bikes with lights and stuff.
Oh,
And loud music. They're bumping.
what's the occasion?
I have no clue, honestly. I just got back to my apartment and I started hearing this loud music outside. There's like hundreds of people on lit up bicycles.
Thursday, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Frankie. Well, we can start recording without him. He's gonna be here in a minute. He's probably trying to get Wi-Fi at an A&W.
Is the live stream going now?
It is.
Hey,
It is that.
señorita.
It is that. Okay, I'm gonna hit record because it's 7:01. We gotta make radio show concisely.
Got it. Recording in progress.
Good morning, Prince George, and good afternoon, Winnipeg. This is the Comedy Meteorology Report. This is Comedy Meteorology. I am Joey Only, your host here in Wells, British Columbia, hearing the show on C for 88.7 FM, Prince George, every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and of course, Winnipeg noon on CKUW 95.9 FM. The show features, as always, the rotating cast of Comedeoro-logists, our panel of people talking about the weather across Canada and North America. Of course, Frankie McDonald being the star of the show. He's not here yet, which is very rare for him to not be punctual. So that could be because he's got a Wi-Fi problem. Who knows? He's usually walking around outside of A&W or something like that lately. He's been not wanting to do shows in his house. He's been trying to walk around at night. And of course, we got a long winter coming up. So why wouldn't you want to be outside as much as you can? I totally get that. So without Frankie,
Frankie's taking a little bit of a social media break a little bit.
hey, see this thing down here? The raise hand? We're going to try to use that. We're going to try to use that so that we have orderly, so I can make clean segments.
So,
Yes.
okay, Frankie's trying to take a bit of a social media break. I'm curious what that actually looks like to the rest of the world, because I've gotten half a dozen messages and 3 video calls from him today. So, like, what kind of a social media break is he taking?
It's just how not updating his public social media as often.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Sort of quieting down the public persona aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've known him for a few years. Once in a while, he'll do that.
Cool. Okay.
So this is your show about comedy and meteorology, and we're going to talk a little bit about the weather from across Canada. And without Frankie here, we always go to the number 2 man himself, Brandon Houck. Well, last week, Brandon was quite busy trying to produce a Brooks Bandit hockey game at the same time as being a guest on this radio show. So at the same time, he was 3 radio stations at once he was being broadcast on, although maybe not all at the same time, if that makes sense. We have this weird time delay thing. So we're recording the show here on Thursday, the 6th of October, and you're going to hear it in Prince George on the 8th, and you're going to hear it on the 10th in Winnipeg. Brandon Houck, you're an hour ahead of me. How's the weather over there an hour ahead of schedule?
Well, the weather has been absolutely gorgeous. I have not worn pants so far this month, so that is a really good thing. And we've had temperatures approaching at least low 20s for the first part of the month. We had a little cool spell today, like mid to high teens, but that was still absolutely gorgeous. Lots of sunshine and giggles. We actually had a little rain this morning as well, so that was also a nice little refresher as a little frontal system went through. However, in the eastern prairies, like Saskatchewan, had the hard frost this morning with hard freeze, and they had temperatures -6 to -11 to start the morning, so a little bit of a chill in the air there. Arctic high pressure system dropped in from the north, and Winnipeg had their first dusting of snow for the season. So take that, Winnipeg.
It's been extremely warm here. I still have flowers blooming in my front yard right now. For example, totally unheard of here in the mountains. I mean, I'm 4,000 feet above sea level at 53 degrees north. By this time, usually we've had several snowfalls come through. Generally, nothing's staying. But nonetheless, BC's been pretty warm. I mean, the hot spot in Canada at this hour, it's 7 o'clock BC time. It's getting dark. It's still 26 degrees in Hope. And then Prince George looking ahead, Saturday, 19 degrees, Sunday, 19 degrees. Monday, they got a chance of showers, but we do see sort of a bounce back up into Wednesday, going back to 16 degrees. So we're seeing really warm weather. Brian, regular on the show here, has been saying that in Portland, they've been up over 30 degrees. So Brandon, what's going on?
Oh, yes. So definitely dominant upper ridge that has been kind of a bit of a Rex block that's holding it all in place here. So the eastern half of the country has been cooler than average. Meanwhile, here in the west, we've been dealing with this well above average for the start of fall. And this trend likely will continue. However, we do have a little blip in the system for next week. So the Thanksgiving long weekend coming up here is going to be absolutely gorgeous with those temperatures up in the mid to upper 20s and southern Alberta especially. And we'll see those 20-degree temperatures continue in BC. But Monday to Tuesday, we do have a cold front coming through next week, and that will be that little blip in the system here. So that will mean we'll get a few more showers, and higher elevations might get some snow shower activity. Confidence of that is quite low at this time, but we'll see a brief cool down once again for the first part of next week, and then we'll see the bump up in temperature once again. So it looks like the trend throughout October here, the west stays warm, the east staying cooler than average. And I believe, it's like snowing in Timmins, Ontario right now, and you're going to see the fairly chilly temperatures persist for quite some time in the eastern half of the country. So that will help kind of keep the hurricanes away for that matter as well. So
this is the warmest I have seen at this time of year here in Wells, British Columbia. Like, I've never seen it as warm as it was today in October. Like, it's just unbelievably warm. I'll break from you for 1 second, Brandon, and just ask Imogen and Pete, have you been experiencing what you would call unusually warm weather?
Pete, you want to do that one?
He's in Colorado. Pete,
yes, actually, I'm wearing long sleeves today, but I really didn't need to. It cooled down the other week, and I thought it was the end of sunshine and good weather here, but actually it was like almost like a summerish day today, which was clear and all good. So surprising though, for this time of the year, I thought it'd start cooling down more already.
Victoria, British Columbia, Imogen.
Yeah, no, it's pretty standard. In Victoria, it's pretty warm until the last week of October is when we get a massive temperature drop. Halloween, it's freezing. We get a false sense of, it'll be a nice temperate Halloween because the days leading up to it are typically fairly warm. I mean, it's cooling off, but it's still manageable and comfortable. But all of a sudden, like the last few days of October, it's icy, miserable. We're getting light ice on the roads. We get black ice during the days just because like the roads are damp. Everything is damp here. It's a wet island. Basically, I live on a sponge, a rocky, dank sponge of an island. So yeah, Halloween night, all sorts of hilarious accidents, makeup smeared everywhere, lipstick all over the highways. It's really quite a thing of beauty.
But you would characterize then the last number of weeks to be unusually warm for Victoria, at least.
No.
So in the continent, so that we get the moderating effect of the coastal weather. So we're a number of minutes into the show, and we still have no Frankie McDonald, and I'm quite shocked. But what are we going to do but go on?
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. Halloween's coming up. Frankie's Halloween videos are the best. Dracula drinking hot tea and all that sort of stuff.
The only costume he does is Dracula teeth.
I mean,
Dracula teeth, so then he drinks the tea with the one is good.
I guess I'll get over it.
I did talk him into wearing his vampire fangs in spring last year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's very adamant that Halloween is the only time for dress up, and the only dress up he does is his Dracula ones. And I've been pestering him because, I mean, my thing is I do all sorts of insane stuff. But so I wanted Frankie to participate and do that with me and whatnot. And but he did concede to wearing the vampire fangs in spring. That was a big thing for him.
As a kid growing up, virtually every single year I was a vampire, Dracula for Halloween every year.
Why?
My favorite. I don't know. I would just be like, all right, I gotta dress up as something, and I was just like, Dracula teeth, blood, easily.
Okay, I'm gonna rein this in because I just wanted to find out if the weather was been warmer than usual, and now we're talking about Dracula teeth in our childhood. Okay, that's all good, but let's get back on focus. Brandon Hauk, talk to me about the laundry advertisement.
Laundry. So the Big Loads laundromat the brand new laundromat here, and it takes credit card and Visa cards. So it's a very, oh yes. And they actually will come to your house and pick up your laundry and bring it to their laundromat and do it for you, which is also very special too. Or you can take your laundry in, drop it off, and then they can bring it back to your house, which is also going to be quite a convenience as well. So I don't think any other laundromat does this. And they also have TVs, and you can watch all your favorite sports and everything inside these laundromats. And oh yes, it's like a very cozy place to be. Absolutely. Big Loads laundromat.
Like a one-of-a-kind laundromat. So can you give us the rendition of the advertisement that you made?
The advertisement. Okay, so I just got to go off screen here for a second because it's saved in my work email, not my personal email.
So here we're going to get Brandon Houck, radio personality from 105.7 FM, Brooks Real Country radio station. We're going to get Brandon Houck in character here in a second.
Brandon Houck.
Doing the coin, the credit card, laundromat, advertisement, radio.
I'll pick up your laundry and do the big loads for you.
That's right. So we do the big load for you here.
I've heard of other laundromats that do laundry pickup.
Let's be focused here. Come on.
Okay.
Cool.
Are we ready to
I want to make a show that's not just. Okay.
Here we go.
Brandon Houck.
So when you need to represent your team or event, do it with Frontiers. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go back. That's the other one I did.
I thought you were a professional.
Well, sort of. I'm pretty good at this stuff. All right, this one. This is the one. Okay, here we go. Big Loads Laundromat is a proud supporter of the Brooks Bandits. We are gearing up for the hockey season. We have added hockey equipment cycle to our big washing machines. No more stinky hockey jerseys, towels, or equipment. Bring your gear down or call and use a free pickup and delivery service. Ask us about... This is bad. So I can see you all laughing on here.
Okay.
Let's try.
I love it. I love it.
Big Loads Laundromat. Smoking good barbecue. All right. That's
the one.
That's the one you're looking for, isn't it? Yes.
All right. Well, we'll come back to you, Brandon. Brooks Bandits have been doing really good.
Winning.
Excellent. We'll talk to you again in a few minutes. Imogen Cookie Bailey down in Victoria, British Columbia. This week she went to see Gwar. If you don't know who Gwar is, they're a legendary metal band who they like to dress up in costumes, spray the entire audience with blood, play really wicked metal bands. Dave Brocky, the original singer, he's no longer with us, but the band continues on because Gwar isn't just about one man. It's about something else. I don't know what it is. It's awesome though, whatever it is. Imogen, talk to us about the Gwar show that you gave us the live report from.
Well, I don't even remember what all I sent you for updates because I did a few things over the last few days. The weekend started with being ringside at the Champ Promotions Round 2 boxing tournament. So I did photos for that, and I may have sent you an update from that, or just a bunch of stills and some insane texts. I'm not sure. Then a couple days after that, there was Gwar at the Vogue Theatre in Vancouver, which was incredibly cool. That one, typically at a metal show, the uniform. Frankie's here.
Hi guys.
Well, we gotta stay focused
Frankie.
because then our timing would have been just bang on for Frankie.
Hi, Frankie.
Hi, Mitchie.
And he's gone.
Okay, so back to the Vogue Theatre.
Back to the Vogue Theatre. Awesome. Yeah. So typically at a metal show, the uniform of choice is black. Everyone there are surly, misanthropic metalheads wearing black jeans, black t-shirt, black leather coat, long hair in front of their face. So no one has to make eye contact with anyone else. But it is, strangely enough, the most friendly crowd you'll ever meet. Mosh pit rules. Number one, if a man goes down in the pit, everyone picks him right back up. Injuries are mitigated, and it's awesome. At a Guar show, however, welcome back, Frankie.
Thanks, Sue.
Still not quite with us.
Okay, Frankie hates us. Great. Thanks for that, Joey. Anyhow,
Stay on target. Stay on target.
yes. Anyhow, at Guar, everyone wears white because you will get sprayed with blood, you will get sprayed with semen, you will get sprayed with radioactive slime from any of the characters' giant monster wieners or butts. It's kind of awesome. There's a lot of beheadings. It's just mayhem. It is fantastic. So unlike the typical metal crowd wearing all black, this one's all in white, or in my case, psychedelic hot pink bell bottoms, because that just seems to be the thing to do. Crowd surfed 5 times across the pit, which was also extra cool because, well, I could. It was a good pit to surf over, so I did that. Yeah, there was a lot of blood. Man, oh man. The theater put down Ramborden carpets to be able to soak up the blood so it didn't actually destroy their floors. They're not set up for that amount of liquid, but with the Guar show, that's what you do. You put layers of sponge and padding. So at the end there, all the staff were just rolling up these wet, dripping carpets. Oh, it was delightful. So good. Then a couple days later, I was hiking around up behind Crystal Falls up in Coquitlam. Did a photo shoot up there. That was a lot of fun. At some point, my photographer, he was picking up some of the mess that, while I'm trying to get my body temp up, hypothermia set in. I'm in freezing cold water. So I'm shivering and trying to maneuver my socks just to get some warmth going. And he comes running over going, "Are you okay?" I'm thinking he's talking about the cold. No, he had encountered a naked dude carrying nothing, just a naked man roaming the forest with no shoes, nothing. Just out there, naked as the day he was born. I assume he was on something because it's a really good forest to get high and run around naked, apparently. So, yeah. So there's a little
That sounds awful.
there. I didn't see him, but
Just
my
the thought of
cameraman
it.
did. Pardon?
Just the thought of it, even.
You know what? You spend a lot of time on stage. You spend a lot of time doing theatrical stuff, and like nudity is really neither here nor there. It's more of the novelty of someone that far in the woods with like no shoes and like not carrying anything, no water bottle. We've got a full, gear. We've got all of our gear. We've got our, like our camera gear. We've got the wardrobe stuff. We've got all of our bags for all the wet stuff. We've got kerosene. We've got all sorts of good stuff going on. And here's a guy who doesn't even have shoes. That is not a comfortable hike with no shoes. But there he is, happy as anything. Good
I've walked
times.
around with those shoes lots, but yeah. Yeah,
But to go
haven't encountered a lot of naked men in the forest here, at least. Thank God. Frankie's trying to get back in, and I imagine what's going on. I mean, they just had a hurricane there, and they haven't had power in a lot of Nova Scotia. Parts of PEI still don't. And
Hi guys, I made it. I'm doing good so far. I had installed intensive updates this week. Microsoft just issued an update to every single computer in the world.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to get used to getting on desktop computer again after intensive power outage last week in my area for Hurricane Fiona that hit Sydney, Nova Scotia. It was mighty bad.
Mighty bad. We're good to see you back, Frankie.
My desktop computer wasn't on for a week because Fiona just hit Sydney.
Good to see your house is standing. Good to see that all your papers are still standing in a stack. Nothing's been knocked over. Your walls look dry. Your power's on. Your internet's working fine. Talk to us about the last week since the hurricane happened.
That means that I had no power. I had to get the generators going and things like this. It was mighty bad.
Do you order Chinese food?
I did. It's confirmed tray cable's working and football season is on.
Right. What about the rest of Sydney, Nova Scotia? What's it been like since the hurricane
They're gradually
happened?
restoring power still. They still got a lot of power trucks and fixing telephone poles, and some individuals got no power out there because Hurricane Fiona just hit Sydney, Nova Scotia back on September 24th. A lot of people lost power, food, and things like this.
Did the kids miss school, Frankie?
A lot of kids missed school for a week last week. They went back to school this Monday past.
Wow. hurricane hits and they only miss a week of school. So that's pretty good, Sydney, Nova Scotia. You're doing pretty
There's
good.
a lot of warm weather going on in British Columbia, triggering more fires.
And Frankie, talk to us about the weather in Sydney right now, and then
Right
talk
now,
to us.
it was raining outside earlier. It's just showers in my area right now. They got a major cold front heading all the way down the southeastern United States this weekend.
Brandon was saying that it's snowing in Ontario.
Yes, and some warm summer-like temperatures out west, including Wales, British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and California.
That's right. Where else has it been nice, Frankie?
All across Arizona and places like this, the California's turned colder than average temperatures on the day after Columbus Day.
Talk to us about hurricanes, Frankie. Is there more hurricanes coming?
Ian just hit somewhere in the States, in Tampa, Florida. It was really, really bad in Florida.
Is there more coming?
Julia is possible. The next named storm is Julia. It's headed towards tropical depression 13. It's headed to, it's expected to become tropical storm Julia. It's going to head towards Niagara, just north of Costa Rica, south of Honduras, as a hurricane.
All right. What about Europe this week, Frankie?
Over in Europe, they're going to get a lot of rain in the UK. In those countries like this, they're going to bring lots of windy conditions in the United Kingdom, Scotland, and Ireland. It's going to bring cold weather in Norway with snow and things like this. It's going to bring hot weather and cooler weather in France. It's going to bring some cooler weather in Spain, Portugal, and all around Egypt. Africa is going to get really, really hot still. In the places like Japan, they're getting lots of rain in Tokyo, Japan lately. It's going to get more rain in Tokyo and all the way up to northern Japan. And India's rainy season came to an end. And so is China's. That means in South Korea, North Korea, even Vladivostok, Russia's colder than average temperatures. Right now, Yakutsk, Russia is getting really, really, really cold. So is Norilsk, Russia. And Magadan, Russia is getting really cold. Sarov, Russia is still pretty warm in Sarov, Russia, where Korea backing off is. And there's a possible down in Australia, New Zealand. It had snow in New Zealand this week. Then it had snow in New Zealand this week. It's getting them warm temperatures, cold temperatures fighting each other. In New Zealand and Australia, it's getting lots of rain and hail and things like this. In southeastern Australia, they're in the hail season right now. Large hail, things like this, breaking windows. Down Antarctica, it's going to be daylight 24 hours a day before you know it.
Imogen, do you have a question for Frankie?
Oh, 100% I do. With the weird hailstorms coming and all the weird weather, is there a chance of frozen sharks making their way into the mix? Can we get frozen sharks dropping out of the sky?
That can smash the sharks.
It would smash the sharks like the hail would, or the sharks would smash when they hit the ground because they're frozen and they're falling from a high enough altitude?
They shatter.
What would be the
Frozen
largest
sharks would
size
shatter.
piece?
Frozen sharks would shatter.
They would.
Did you hear about that? British Columbia will be getting an atmosphere season soon. It's going to bring, I get a feeling it's going to be really, 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 really bad, rainy and snowy in Vancouver, British Columbia this winter coming because it was so dry in British Columbia last month and this month. It's going to bring so much rain in Vancouver next month. Into December is going to bring a whole lot of rain because atmospheric river. That's going to wash highways again.
Well, that's the way it really works, because if you have the jet stream shaped basically the way it does right now, we seem to be benefiting from all kinds of warm weather coming up from the southwest. But what happens as soon as the ocean turns angry is that means we're on the ocean side of the jet stream in British Columbia. So it means that precipitation will be the thing, warmer than average weather, but heavier than average precipitation. So that would be my guess if people were to ask me what my guess is for this coming winter. It's like, well, we're having a late onset to winter, but when it does come, it will be a rainy, which is great. I don't want to be on the south side. I want to be on that side of the jet stream. I don't want to be on the Arctic side of it this winter. I don't even have wood in. My truck's not ready. I don't have money right now. I'm waiting for EI. Yeah, so
Joe
totally.
Stover's in the bear season.
That's right. Polar bear season. So if you ever want to go up to Churchill, Manitoba and see polar bears. Joe Stover, a regular on our show here, who also produces radio in Winnipeg, he's the guy who might be driving you out there on that big polar bear bus that the polar bears can't get you in it. It's like a bus that drives through polar bears.
And and did you hear about that? I got something else to say. Atmosphere river season's going to be really, really, really bad in Vancouver, British Columbia. It's going to bring way so much rain next month in December in Greater Vancouver, Canada. And did you hear about that? Trey Campbell's really busy as well. He's working as well. And did you hear about that? And
Oh, we heard about it now. That's for sure. So with the polar bears in Joe's yard, what's the possibility of like strapping them all together to pull a sled? Like, would Santa Claus be able to reasonably use polar bears in lieu of reindeer, or is that just not an option? Are they not trainable?
Well, I think, some animals, like say the zebra, cannot be broken. They cannot be trained. They're just too wild. I would think that a polar bear's desire to kill you and eat you would make it pretty much untrainable. Yeah. So don't train polar bears because it won't work. That's why there's no polar bear trainers.
And I
No
got
one's
something
tried it.
else to say. I got my new version of COVID-19 vaccine today at 2:30 p.m. They call it Moderna bivalent COVID-19 vaccine. It's both original strain and Omicron strains.
How does it feel?
Great. I got a sore arm for that because it's good because the vaccine's working.
Pete Galenko in Colorado always has questions for Frankie, and he will be the next person we're going to focus on. So what do you got for Frankie questions this week, Pete Galenko?
Frankie, you mentioned the weather in Russia a little bit, how absurdly cold it gets there. And I'd imagine that would be sort of unpleasant to be that cold. So do you think that Russia's intentions might just be that they want some of that Mediterranean coast because their country is just too damn cold?
It's extreme cold in Russia. It's mighty cold in Russia right now. A lot of people in Siberia, they're used to that kind of cold. Like Bola Bachgraf, he's used to that kind of cold.
Yeah, I just don't imagine any other reason to want to be fighting a war when it's so damn cold. I want to stay inside next to the fire and have a drink.
What about Michael Senikov?
I talked to him the other day, and his father's home got ransacked, sorta, and it didn't sound like any good news. He didn't really have any good news to tell me about the situation there, and honestly, I couldn't make sense of a lot of what's going on. Yeah, so I don't know. But I talked to him. He's doing all right. He's okay. Though I can't imagine that a lot of people there are it must be traumatizing to live through a lot of the events that have occurred there, to be honest with you.
I got my bivalent COVID-19 vaccine, Omicron vaccine today.
Yeah. Nice. You don't have adverse reactions from it?
Just a sore arm.
The sore arm, you don't feel it didn't give you weird brain fog or anything?
No.
All right, good. That's good to know because I had some odd, but I'm not a normal person. I get odd reactions to all sorts of stuff. So
The number of people who've had adverse reactions is pretty tremendous. So it's not really, you can't really say that you're not a normal person because you did. It's a lot of people did and a lot of people didn't.
I've driven a lot of people to Lyft, including nurses, who are just like, yeah, some of my patients are intolerant, like their body physiologically is intolerant to the vaccines, is what I've heard from different people. So they're learning more as the stuff progressed, but it sounds like I haven't been following the news much. It sounds like the cases are down, though.
You are listening to the Comedeoro-logical Report on C4 88.7 FM and CKUW 95.9 FM. This is the second half of the show. I am your host, Joey Only. We're going to go talk now to Pete Galenko and down in Boulder, Colorado. Pete, you've been saying the weather's fairly nice, and I mean it's a high elevation town you're in there, so you do get winterish weather in Boulder, Colorado. And you've been driving for now. I keep calling it Uber, but I guess it's actually a different thing. It's Lyft. You've been telling me, so I'm going to call it Lyft and stop being a hillbilly. I've never been in an Uber or a Lyft, or I've only been in a few taxis in the last decade. I mean, really, it's just not something that I did hitchhike the other day from Quesnel back to Wells, and that was terribly lame. I wished I had you there at the, but you're a little too far away for that. Pete Glanko, what's driving for Lyft been like this week?
Oh, it's been good. It's been good. It's honestly a little bit too addicting because I enjoy driving my car so much, and for the most part, the people of Colorado have been wonderful. So I just like I don't know. That's something I just though I drove somewhat earlier today, and he said it was a company trip, and it was just over an hour to the airport. And he said his company paid $220 for the trip, and I got paid $61.96. I mean, which is not bad for making that in an hour, but I was like, dang, if I got the entire fare from these Lyft rides, I'd be making over $1,000 a day easily just driving Lyft, which is something absurd to think about. I think the Lyft has treated me very well, but I do see potential for competition there. But I've really enjoyed it, though. This is a really beautiful state to drive in. I'm getting a spam call now. It's really like there's all sorts of terrain out here. I drove yesterday through there was some place that looked like they had real good bass and catfish fishing, where there was like some cows grazing, and like I don't know, there's the mountains, there's the city. I'm from Virginia. I love the ocean. I love the sandy beach and all that sort of stuff, but at the same time it's just like this state is really a beautiful place to drive, so it's nice to be able to get paid to do it.
Do you ever find looking in your mirror that you catch one of your Lyft passengers picking their nose?
I do not pay attention to what my Lyft passengers are doing. I don't stare. I look ahead straight at the road, and if they want to talk, I'll talk. If they want to listen to music, I'll listen to music. If they don't want to listen to music, I'm very good. I could be silent and content in my imagination for hours at a time, which makes me a good Lyft driver because I can just drive an hour straight without saying a word, and I don't care. And
Concerned
I grew up an
strange noises in the back.
Like I got my imagination entertains me regardless of whether I'm driving someone or not. So anyway.
So, all right. Have y'all ever had anyone in your car that was like distractingly weird looking, like had a massive goiter, or like those like the Hensel twins?
I'm not gonna lie. This is it's sort of inappropriate because they were coming from the projects. I'm not sure what type of bugs they had or something, but it was at the time when the monkeypox thing was going around. And I was like, God damn it! If y'all got monkeypox, like I didn't say that out loud, but I thought that when they were getting in my car, but I was like, that'd be really inappropriate to say. But there was one passenger that had some terrible rash with bumps and stuff like that. And I was like, if I got dang monkeypox, I would not be happy. So I keep my car clean, Lysol, all that. They're not. All my passengers have been very lovely for the most part. Like I've gotten some people that are a little bit cranky drunks is pretty much the worst of it, really, but nothing really serious. Some couples not always a little bit salty, once in a while, but for the most part, everyone's really awesome out here to keep it real.
Okay, so no like giant goiters, no like
I haven't
leg
really
or
too much attention to people's appearances, but for the most part, I mean, I've had all sorts of really lovely people in every sense of the word.
albinos. Have you had many albinos?
Honestly, I can't recall any albinos, which is I've driven a few thousand people now. I think the odds are that I would an albino, and I don't think I've driven an albino now that I think about it, to be
I
honest.
just
What you
found it
looking
out.
at
They
my
got
gut for?
military in Sydney, Nova Scotia, is still cleaning up for Hurricane Fiona. Military's there still.
How many, Frankie? Have you talked to any of them?
Lots and lots of them. One of them got in a picture taken with me last week.
Hey, can you get an interview with them when you're on the street this week? A clip for the radio show?
No, they didn't have a chance.
If you see them, though, be like, hey, can I get a. Anyways, I like when you guys send me videos. That's the great thing that you sometimes do. You sometimes send me videos. Frankie, anything else you want to tell us about the hurricane? Like, was it scary?
It's real scary. It's ultra scary. And signs just came off of the house across the street from me.
Really? Did have other people said that they found it scary too? Like compared to other hurricanes you've been through?
Matthew, 2016, brought 225 millimeters of rain in one day. Flooded the area. Quite a bit of buildings are torn down. For Hurricane Matthew in 2016, I had 36 hours without power. Hurricane Earl, September 4th, 2010, I had no power for 24 hours.
This is probably the worst hurricane then, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not the rainiest, but the worst.
Hurricane Matthew was the rainiest hurricane, and Hurricane Fiona is the worst.
Anadin?
So if a typhoon is going across the ocean, which is easier for the wind to pick up to hurl across the land, flying
The
fish or
Vancouver,
surface
Victoria.
squid?
Just
What?
like Super Typhoon Sanda in 2016 that hit Vancouver. Tree went through the house. Tree went through the window in Vancouver, British Columbia in 2016.
Oh yeah, that stuff happens. We've got a lot of really badly built houses that, like, you can throw like a used Kleenex and it'll just like whip a hole in the wall. But I mean, in general, when a typhoon is hurling across the ocean, is it easier to pick up squid that are near the surface or flying fish? And which would go farther on land at the same wind speed?
It's like the fish goes on land. Possible sharks.
Excellent. I like where we're going with this. Thank you.
Just imagine a storm surge of sharks.
I imagine it often. There's a frequency with which I bring this up for that exact reason.
I know you do. You are shark obsessed.
And did you hear about that? I got something else to say. My bobblehead, you can choose red, yellow, orange, purple, and green colors on National Bobbleheads. All things you could choose. 5 different colors since the blue one sold out.
It's been a long
Blue
time
one
since you
sold out.
played.
Which blue one, Frankie? This one or this one?
It's like the Frankie bobbleheads.
It's been a
And
long
there's
time
the gold
since
one
you.
too, Frankie.
Uh,
And then the dark blue one, which is more like your traditional jacket, is that's the one that's Amazon exclusive for extra. Now I'm all here. I suggest everyone get all the Frankie merch for good luck. God will
Frankie,
smile upon you.
it's been a long time since you've played the bobblehead for us. Do you have the bobblehead nearby? Can you
The
play us
battery
what
must
the
have
bobblehead
died.
says? Put it up to the microphone and play what it
Battery must
says.
have died.
Oh
Here.
no!
Let me pull
The
one out. Let me
hurricane
pull it out. I've been
has
keeping
put
them in the
out
box
power
safely.
to the hurricane has put out power to the bobbleheads.
Boo
Here, I got-
words.
That's the one about the guy trying to eat 50 hot dogs at once.
Can't really hear
Trailer
it.
Park
No.
Boys filmed their scenes in Bible Hill, Nova Scotia.
Who did?
Trailer Park Boys.
Oh,
Oh, really? I was just thinking about the Trailer Park Boys earlier. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about Randy and how the cheeseburgers and not wearing a shirt, blah, 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 this and that.
Like
the other.
Randy, he likes cheeseburgers and Trailer Park Boys. That means
Yeah,
I was talking to him
wanted a
on
cheeseburger bad
Zoom
earlier.
last December.
How many views did the TikTok video Trailer Park Boys made of you get?
A lot.
Millions?
Yeah.
Frankie, do you ever make your own cheeseburgers at home?
I made my own hamburgers at home too.
Yeah.
You put tomatoes on them?
Bacon.
So your Bible Hill. Yes,
Brandon,
there's
that's the
a
cue.
Oh, I'm hungry now. I want a bacon.
Trailer Park Boys takes
cheeseburger.
place off Finey Road in Truro, Nova Scotia. That's where Trailer Park Boys took place.
Barbecue.
Smoking good barbecue. Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, we need that more. We need more of that.
Uh-oh.
More
Y'all
barbecue.
froze.
That's why Trailer Park Boys, their show takes place in Bible Hill. Yes, that's
See, I'm always in favor of cannibalism. So if we're going to be barbecuing something, we need some cannibalism. And I know a lot of people have an issue with that, but I'm saying much like organ donation, we need to have cannibal donor cards. So that way we do have a willing supply so that it kind of bypasses the ethics of it, of the whole, well, no one really gave consent to be eaten. Yes,
So-
they did.
Well,
Basically, like
speaking of
barbecue
the
some.
ethics,
Can we not? We do have the hand thing down
I've
here.
thought thoroughly about the ethics of cannibalism and the
I really
health.
want to. I really want to emphasize
Cool.
during the show, Pete, to
Okay.
raise hand, lower hand, this thing at the bottom, because I just hate when we're all talking over each other and interrupting each other and losing flow. So it's like hit that
Yes,
thing.
Dad.
Yes,
Thanks,
and
Dad.
and like let's do it. So what I was trying to say is what you're referring to, Imogen, is possibly like say barbecuing a dog and then feeding it to some dogs.
No, barbecuing your obnoxious neighbor and feeding it to the other obnoxious neighbor.
If there's going to be any human meat eating going on, make sure to char it so you don't get Kulu. Kulu is a disease that you get from cannibalism. And if you char the meat properly, less health risks.
Is that similar to Creutzfeldt Jakob? Is it in the
What?
same category?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
I hate this conversation for radio. Brandon
Why?
Hauk,
Hi. What did I just walk in on?
Yes.
barbecue.
Smoking good barbecue.
Okay,
See,
let's
Brandon
get,
knows what we're talking about.
That's
Beautiful.
right.
let's get back to some sort of a
I bet Brandon would be
reasonable
delicious.
discussion about about barbecue, about weather.
See, it's been really you're saying unseasonably warm. There's perfect barbecuing weather, and I think
Oh,
Brandon
yeah.
would be delicious on the grill. Just saying. Gingers are good. They're tender.
He's got no meat on him.
No,
No,
I
but he's
only
soup
got
bones at
58
least.
pounds on me, so good luck with that.
The marrow. got at least
I'm
one
not into
decent
meat.
kidney.
I got diseases. You don't want to eat me.
See, this is part of where the cannibal donor card comes into play, is that you'd be medically screened for edibility. If you've signed off on the organ donor card, it's up to the hospital to vet the meat to say that it is disease-free and can be consumed. We're bypassing the FDA regulations on meat consumption. We already know that they're absolutely horrific. We get so much E. coli from stuff that's past FDA inspection. But if the hospital's grading it, they're held to a far higher standard. So, cannibal donation cards.
My fingernails somewhere, so go
You know,
right
there's
ahead.
only like 4 organ donors on like voluntary organ donors in China, but that's because all
Inmates.
their organ donors are not voluntary.
Oh, they're inmates. If you need
Yeah,
an organ, go to
exactly.
China, you'll get it in an hour.
Yes, hello RCMP.
Yeah,
I'd like to
maximum 2
report
weeks or anything up to an eye. Like
a
any
suspected.
Yeah.
Yes, I think if you watch my show right
He's
now,
changing
you
his
see
name to
the
Karen.
suspect is wearing polka dots.
Apparently, we don't have permits for this discussion.
The suspect also has black hair and has a drink in her hand.
Indeed,
Okay,
I do.
A
I'll talk to
martini
you.
Carrot juice, turmeric,
carrot juice.
and pre-workout
How's your
Yeah.
workout business going?
over ice. Oh, solid, man. I'm
I am
busy.
not eating your products now.
I don't put
Where do you
human
get
meat
your
in them.
protein from anyways, sicko?
Animal sources. I'm not saying which animals, but they're animal sourced.
I got a little too much hair.
Humans are animals too.
Yes, they are. Mammals, they're delicious.
On Victoria Road in Whitney Pier area, close to me, they got those telephone poles leaning over. Those guys will be there replacing the telephone poles very soon.
Before they replace them, is anyone able to climb them? Can you climb them like a little jungle gym? Climb them like little monkeys?
You don't want to get zapped.
Their
Yeah,
parents tell them not
You
to
know what
climb
I
on
want.
the telephone poles. Those little kids, their parents or their guardian tell them not to climb those telephone poles.
Right.
All
Listen
right,
to Frank.
ill-advised.
Especially teenagers.
Why
Oh, yeah.
especially teenagers? I would think little children would be susceptible to far worse injuries.
Some of those teenagers can knock the telephone pole over. Their parents tell them not to do that, or their guardian.
Good luck telling teenagers what to do, man.
If anybody can, Frankie can.
They
Frankie
knocked it over because they were told not to.
Teenagers
I'm
listen.
sure a lot of teenagers would rather listen to Frankie McDonald than their parents. That's the truth.
That's right. Especially the ones in his videos. They always listen to Frankie. It might take him a couple times to get his message through, but those teenagers, they'll listen to him. If he says, say hi to Joey only, they will say hi to Joey only. That's how it works.
Facts.
That is my favorite.
It is. Amazing.
How many people in a week want to get their picture taken with you, Frankie? How many
A lot.
people in a day?
Dino's father, Dino of the Gary and Dino show, their parents is coming to Sydney, Nova Scotia tomorrow
Are you going to get a picture taken with them?
at the Mayflower Mall food court.
Nice.
Dino's
Nice.
parents.
They're going to buy you a burger?
They're coming here on the cruise ship.
Ooh.
Ah. They're going to buy you a burger at the mall?
Don't know.
I think they should buy you a burger. That's what I do.
Especially the A&W burger. A teen
What do
burger.
you like on your burgers, Frankie?
Mustard, cheese, and bacon.
And if you
Mustard,
want to make
cheese,
it
and
really
bacon.
special,
That's
you take
good.
Chinese food, like sweet and sour pork, and smash that into a burger patty, and then you make a burger out of that.
Oh, yeah. Put some Kentucky Fried Chicken in there, too. Yeah.
Ooh.
What is wrong with you? That's food court mayhem, Brandon. Mayhem.
That's why you want to eat me. Because I like Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's smoking good barbecue.
Does it count as barbecue? It's deep fried. There's no grill anywhere near there.
Well,
They got grilled chicken there nowadays too.
See, I was gonna say I don't think they even grill their coleslaw, but like, I mean, they deep fry everything, so you know.
Yeah.
They changed the oil they used over the years to make it less saturated fat, though, which I think is not as tasty as it once was.
Yeah, made some changes there. But that's why you go on down to Montana's for that smoking good barbecue.
Yeah.
You hear that every hour of the day tomorrow on the radio, by the way. So actually tomorrow's the last day. This whole program ends on the 10th. So
It's like a contest. So if the audience hears Brandon say smoking good barbecue, then they have to scream real loud.
that's right. Yell it in the street. That's right. So I can hear it, of course. So everybody in the whole city can hear themselves yell, smoking good barbecue.
Do you feel like you've lost some of your, artistic, your creative, are you just selling out to Montana's, Brandon?
Well, I got some free ribs out of it, so I ain't complaining.
I guess
Free
I'd
ribs.
say anything for free ribs right now. Oh. What about the coin laundry?
Oh, the coin. Well, I'd probably get some free laundry, of course.
You're just there.
Is
Yes,
it your
man.
laundry or is it someone else's? Are they just giving you someone else's laundry as payment?
You never know.
No one's ever really asked Joey only to be in
sweater.
an advertisement before, and You know, they never really said, "Hey, Joey, your songs belong in a commercial." In fact, most of my songs most certainly didn't even belong on radio.
Well, to be fair, they just wanted to see your legs in an ad.
There you go.
Maybe that's just me. I want to see your legs in an ad.
I got strong legs.
I got hairy legs. Yeah. No one wants to see my legs in an advertisement.
Why
However,
I'm a nice, smooth Dutchman.
not?
Deutsch.
but
We have but a few minutes left in the show. I do have material I'm going to throw in this week as well. So, anything else that you guys want to say before we hit that last segment of goodbye?
smoking good barbecue.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to swear on the air.
Did you hear over there over in
I'm
Russia?
waiting for
They had more
Frankie's,
sanctions over there. But Russia's getting worse all the time. You're not allowed to talk about the dam. You're not allowed to take pictures of the dam. You're not allowed to speak against the government in Russia. What else you're not allowed to talk about? You're not allowed to say bad things about the government over in Russia. You know, there's not enough freedom over there. They can't take pictures of railroads. They can't take pictures of damn government buildings, military bases, and things like this over there. In certain churches.
And their main food is potato.
Cabbage. Is what?
Potato.
What things? Hey, Pete, what things you're not allowed to do in Russia?
No,
What are you
potatoes
not
are
allowed
main
to do in
beverage.
Russia?
Yeah.
They're not allowed to be on the Comedeoro-logical radio report.
I don't know. We might be able to get some Russians on here, though. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you can't do in Russia. It is. I don't know. There's. So I think things are going to change pretty soon there in Russia. Though I hope Western powers don't provoke them too much because they're crazy and they're going to get. The winters are harsh there. So they're not going to have mercy for foreign powers. So I don't know.
The winters are harsh here.
Yeah, they're harsh there too. But the average income in Russia and Ukraine is like $300 a month or something like that. People just stop caring at a certain point about.
Man, I would do for $300 right now.
Dear Lord.
Well,
What a cheerful end to the show.
pretty
As
much the
always,
show.
it's a cheerful end.
Feel free to support the show. You can donate. You can find me on the Patreon. Help me there. That'd be awesome. If you want to watch the video version of this show, this is the 80th episode of the Comedeoro-logical Report. All the episodes are on Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel, as well as this radio show. The finalized version will be there, and you can always hear us recording live on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. So feel free to check out Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude radio channel. But hey, also Frankie McDonald, he's got his own YouTube channel, 280,000 subscribers to it. Frankie, what else? Where else can people find you on the internet?
My Twitter's at Frankie McD. My Facebook is Frankie McDonald. My Instagram is Frankie McD 1984. My TikTok's Frankie Down 1984. My Clapper's Frankie Down 1984. My Twitch is Frankie Down 1984. My Snapchat's Frankie MECD1. And my YouTube channel stocks as well. And my LinkedIn's Frankie McDonald.
In Russia, you cannot listen to C for 88.7 FM. In
Unless
Russia,
you have a VPN.
You cannot listen to CKUW 95.9
Unless
FM.
you got a VPN.
To all of our listeners in Russia who are breaking the rules to hear us, stick with it, comrades. We're there for you. For our friends in Sydney, Nova Scotia, cleaning up right now. We just want to say from the Comedeoro-logical Radio Report, we are cheering you on. We're glad that no one was killed, and rebuild. Sydney, Nova Scotia, PEI, all the people who've been affected in Newfoundland. We're there for you in our spirit, at least, because we're a long ways away. But when we have our own disasters here in BC, you've felt the same for us. So solidarity across Canada. This is the Comedeoro-logical Radio Report. You've had Brandon Hauk from Brooks, Alberta on with us, and you've had Imogen Cookie Bailey down in Victoria, British Columbia. You've had Pete Galenko in Boulder, Colorado, and I have been your host, Joey Only. We will see you next week, everybody. Bye for now.
Over in Russia, they don't normally speak English.
It's because they're assholes.
Over in Russia,
And potatoes
they
are not
only
the
have
number one
one
food there,
shoe.
they're the number one beverage.
Size 7.
I'd like to think cabbage is the number one food there because cabbage is awesome.
Nope.
It's kind of a staple of miserable places.
It's
Potato.
dried fish.
You're a potato. We lost
Potato.
Frankie
Is-
gone. Dried meats, dried fish.
But I did this meals in the field thing for last month there visiting farms, and we went to this potato farm. I've never seen so many potatoes in my life. Holy moly, a whole
How
wall.
you in a barn?
My God.
Potatoes.
How did a potato farm get so many potatoes, Brandon? What was
Well,
going on there?
they
Tell us
grew-
about it.
They grew those potatoes, and they grew them well. They grew, I'd say there was 1 million potatoes in that barn.
They grew them with love and care.
From the ground all the way to the roof.
I
Potatoes.
saw like the pictures of you and all the potatoes, and I was
Because-
like, my
Fun
God, I hope those
fact.
potatoes don't fall on him.
Fun fact, unharvested potatoes compost back into the ground, feeding others, thus making potatoes cannibals.
I got a bag of potatoes here. Hold on.
Are you going to show us
Brandon,
cannibal
crushed-
potatoes? Why the fuck
crushed-
are you showing us cannibal potatoes?
Crushed by the mound, they would say, cause of death is potato.
Yes, by tater. He got eaten up by the taters. They just swallowed him whole.
Now that's
Yeah.
been, what's that? The Late Show guy, Stephen Colbert, and that's been his joke for quite a long time now. Whenever his punchline for almost everything Russia is potato.
Potatoes.
I haven't watched him
Okay.
since in a long time, though. I always remember his number one threat to
Bears.
America. Bears.
Bears.
Now is potato.
Now it's potato.
So there is this weird fan site of Stephen Colbert way back when his show was new. And there's little indicators that he was a little bit of a metalhead. Little hints of it in the show. And then if you got like little glimpses of like the warm up before the show, he'd be like screaming along with the odd metal track. So, okay, dude likes a little metal here and there. Well, there's this metal band I used to work with, and their name popped up on a Stephen Colbert fan site inexplicably, which was really fucking weird and unexpected. Like I did their website and a lot of behind the scenes stuff for them. So I found this and I'm going, yeah, that's just way too weird. And then I think about a week later, my cat was at one point he was the number 1, but he held up firm number 2 on cats that look like Hitler.com. He was a Kittler. He had black nose, little tiny black nose, little comb over his eye, like white cat with black hair kind of over his eye. So he was a Kittler. But he firmly held the number 2 place. And so like a week after I found this messed up fan site, Stephen Colbert has this whole segment on cats that look like Hitler.com. So I'm like, son of a bitch, he saw Mr. Fish. Little Mr. Fish, Zoodle, was the number 2 Kittler. And one does not go to cats that look like Hitler.com and not peruse at least the first 20 Kittlers. It was kind of neat. I'm like, he saw my kitty. Cool.
I haven't removed the pin yet because I want to see Brandon's finger.
Oh, that's the potato.
Show us your taters,
that is-
Brandon.
Potato.
There's my finger.
That was a bunch of big loads. Show us your
My big
taters.
By the way, I did do another even funnier commercial. That was back in May. I have to really go down the files to search for it, but it's on Saks underwear, and that was good.
Do we get to see you in the sacks?
No,
Brandon.
radio commercial. So I was wearing Saks, but with radio,
That's just
so
for the
that's
private
the thing.
videos. The subscriber only videos.
yeah.
Well, you know what they say, Brandon. You have a great body for
Oh, yeah.
radio.
I got a great body for radio. I got the face for radio. Absolutely.
Yeah, all of us. Actually, you're fairly handsome, I suppose. So I guess that's the recording of the show. I need to eat some food.
Here's some potatoes.
And
Nice.
potatoes. Can't go wrong with potatoes. All right.
Potato.
Scandy Alberta potatoes.
A treadmill calling my name right beside me. I got to hit up some cardio. All that sauce I was drinking, carrot juice and pre-workout. Oh yeah,
That's
it's
Well,
cardio
I gotta
time.
morning, so I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
are.
All right. Good night, y'all. I'm gonna
Go
give
to
me
bed
some
with
food
those
too.
potatoes.
Well, thanks for coming on once again this week, everybody.
Well,
Yeah,
For
okay.
sure.
me and my ghostly potatoes.
Ghostly
like that.
potatoes.
Yeah, see, I
Good
turned
Lord.
it into the potatoes. It's like
Oh,
really cool. Cool effects here.
do they cause you to teleport?
How are you gonna prepare your
Respawn.
potatoes?
How do I pretend my potatoes? I skin them with my skinner.
You don't
And then
keep the skin on? You don't keep the nutrients from the skin that add the minerals?
Oh, depends if they're roasted potatoes. You put them on the roast pan, you put them in the oven, and you call them roasted potatoes, and then you get yourself roasted potatoes and you kind of burn them a little bit to get a little nice and crispy. Those are good potatoes. Put some onions on top. My goodness, those are the best potatoes. Or you leave them up, you bake them, and then you cut them open and you stuff some crap in there, and then you get yourself roasted baked potatoes. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I'm starving. All right, y'all.
I'm making you all hungry, aren't I?
Yeah, I am pretty hungry. I like potatoes in the when you put them in the exhaust pipe.
Oh yeah.
I've
Hey, that's
seen
the
that
show
on
this
YouTube. That's just wow. And the engine is
My sister used
week.
to have the most. My little sister used to have the most delightful way of announcing when dinner was ready. My sister likes to emote anger for everything, disdain and anger. You could hand her like, here's $50, and she would look annoyed and go, "Why? Really? Merry Christmas, dick. I just gave you $50, and your answer is why?" Okay, sure. So when we were younger, she'd make dinner, and instead of just going, "Dinner's ready," she would come in the room, and she always had her arms really stiff at her sides, and her hands would be wadded into these little fists. And she'd stomp in like a little wind-up toy, stomp in, looks angry, and she goes, "Crap's done," does an immediate 180 aggressively and stomps out. The most rigid wind-up toy stomp. It was the weirdest thing. She wasn't even in a bad mood. That's just how she announced dinner was ready. I don't know why. Go figure.
Got a case of being a horrible person.
She really does.
Okay, I gotta go eat some food now. We'll see everybody. Thanks for
Have
coming on.
fun.
Subscribe to the channel if you
Or that
could.
smoking barbecue.
If you see videos you like there, hit share, hit subscribe, hit like, and come and see us again next week at 7 p.m. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye.